following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful day. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take him by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But
Yeah.
holy I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 297, NASDAQ off 122, S&P's off 40. Percentage-wise out here, this is what you have happening, folks. You get the Dow down 1.2%, NASDAQ down 1.7%, S&P's down 0.8%. Gold contracts trading up $20.70, $13.48 an ounce. We have silver up 15 cents, $16.54 an ounce. Copper down 2.5 pennies at $2.98 a pound. Light sweet crude, $63.40 a barrel. Notes and bonds, bottom line, notes and bonds, they went topside yesterday. They had price spread, they had volume, they had all of the above. What you had out here today, sideways move. Bottom line, they want higher price, lower yield. You have the 10-year right now trading up 4 ticks, 120.21. 30-year bond up 3 ticks, 160, 144.27. If we go over and take a look at this 10-year, what you have inside the 10-year right now, 10-year, we've done 1.5 million contracts today. Good contract volume. Yesterday we do 2.4 million contracts. We are at a price point right now trading at 120, 122. What I expect you're going to see out here is that this baby's going to make its way up to the high of February 6th. February 6th, folks, that's when we went topside. We hit a price point of 122.02. If we take a look at the yield out here, this is what you're looking at. The yield of the 10-year right now is 2.819. The high for the year is 2.950. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold also caught the bid. Gold contract out here trading at a price point up 20 bucks. 423,000 contracts. Monster contract volume inside the gold market. The high of the 25th. You're talking about 1370. You expect it's going to go after that 1370. Now, the neat thing about gold goes like this, folks. This very well could be a very large ABC structure on the way up. What you have on the way up, okay, when we started off, you started off down at that low on December of 1242. So 1242 is your A, 1370 is your B. So it's a beauty, man. It's a big one. It's approximately, what, about 130 bucks. Gets you 1437. That's the A to B equals C to D. So bottom line, it looks like, well, we're going to go up to the high. The real question is, we're going to have the volume to get into and over that high. The GDX, we go take a look at some of the equities out here. GDX, what do you have with the GDX? GDX is up 73 cents. You're going into your swing point out here from $22.25, and we're going to have the volume. Right now, thus far, this is what you have. We've done 43 million shares. You're going into 53. You get an hour left, and what ends up happening with the GDX, folks, is that they'll pile the volume in at the last couple trades. That's just how it works for the net asset value. If we go to the SLV right now is up 15 cents, $15.59. Now, this baby needs a little more juice. Bottom line is that this still just doesn't have enough juice in it I'd like to see more juice. The GLD has the juice big time. The GLD right now trading up 186. You're at 127.84. Bottom line is that this baby has the price spread on the daily, also has the price spread on the weekly. Nice volume on the weekly. And this thing is getting very close to breaking top side here. So when we bring this back, you're at the 131 level going all the way back to the July of 2016. So I suspect what we're actually going to see here, it's more than likely going to be the GLD that's going to pop over this level first. This 131 level, monster level to keep your eye on. Some of the higher volume stocks out here, this is what we have happening. You have Micron Tech down $4.80. Dropbox, they went IPO, that's up an additional $7, trading at $28. You get Facebook down $4.77. Citigroup is down $2.15. You get NVIDIA down $8. If we do go over to Facebook and take a look at Facebook, what you're going to see, you're down $4.78. You get volume behind the move, taking the next leg down. When we put this back, what you're going to see here is that Facebook is making its way back to where it broke out from, which is the 151 area. The news on Facebook, here, this is a big one. Where is this? So you're gonna love this. They got the site here, which is hashtag delete Facebook crusade, and what you had who jumped on this ASAP is Elon Musk. The news is Elon Musk basically got rid of the Tesla page as well as the space exploration technology page today. So let me tell you something. For advertisers, just that in general, I'm not sure what those pages were, but let me tell you something. PR-wise, that is a monster number, folks, okay? You can picture if you're sitting there in an advertising company and you hear that Elon Musk is getting rid of his Facebook page. It's like, really? Yes, really. Let's go take a look at the NDX 100. Right now, NDX, the NQs are trading down 109 points. We're at 65.81. And what you have, it broke the swing low of the March 2nd. March 2nd was 66.76. Bottom line breaks that. The February 9th swing low starts at 64.70. What I expect you're going to see out here, this baby will basically go after this, after building some cars next week. Bottom line is that I expect what you're going to see here. You're going to be building some cars. You're going to be going sideways. You get a couple bounces, all of the above. Bottom line, we're going after that February 9th swing low. Let's go to Boeing. We take a look at Boeing. What you're going to see with Boeing is that it's teetering right at the very lows out here. It hit 318 today, 317, 639 is the high volume low. In Boeing, we go take a look at, let's go look at Walmart. Walmart right now is trading, oh, Walmart's almost looking like it's going to do an ABC down. Oh, this is going to be intriguing. Nah, the volume's too light, but bottom line, Walmart's making the next leg down. Walmart's trading at 85.97 right now. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 244. NASDAQ is off 108. S&Ps are off 34. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 232. You get the NASDAQ off 101. S&Ps are off 33. If you want to take a look at this, so let's go take a look at the Dow Industrials, because what you're going to have here is what you have in play is we're getting close to the 200-day moving average, okay, which bottom line is that there's plenty of people that once you get down to that level, these managers buy it. Not that it means anything, but bottom line is that you're getting, the Dow's getting close to it. The S&P is right. Let's see. I believe it's just right at it. It's very close. So the S&P. Let me pull this back for a second. So yeah, on the cash S&P, you're talking 2585. Yeah, we've only got to 2604. If we go look at the SPY, let's put the SPY up here for a second. Yeah, it's right next to it. So the SPY, you're talking 258.25, and we've hit 259.39. Now the SPY is also coming right into the high of the low in the SPY is 263. So we're at 260. We've gone to 259. That's saying flat out, bottom line, you're going to get to the bottom of that. The real question is, you know, as we come into the close here, we'll see what kind of a bounce they can get going, if they can get any bounce going at all. One of the targets that brought up in the den, which there's no doubt, which is really deviant, is that when Trump wasn't going to sign the bill, the market was fine. Then he signed the bill, and bottom line, the market goes south, and it went south pretty quick. You know, bottom, my take in this period. Listen, it's a high volume low. Wants to go after it. That's the bottom line. That high volume low, man's going to get hit. Now the Dow Industrials is a mess, big time. If we go over to the FTSE, if you want to see, the FTSE's in a mess. The FTSE was the first one to break down. The FTSE broke down a week ago today. That's when it took out the March lows, February lows. Took them out in spades. Hasn't recovered. We pull that. If we pull this back, what you're going to see is that you're at 69.21, and you got inside the lower range. So that's saying that the FTSE 100 can get down to 5,400. You're at 69 right now, and we topped out at 77. The DAX in Germany also had a problem. DAX in Germany broke lower today, closed underneath the February 9th level. That's 12,003. Has the juice behind it. Bottom line, they're giving us a heads up that that's where we're going. And so, big numbers. When you go overseas, last night was quite a disaster. Looking at the markets in Asia, you had the Nikkei down 4.5%. China was down 5% until the government came in and started having those big caps buy the equities, and then they closed down 2.8%. You take a look at the Nikkei down big, down 4.5%. You're down 974 points. Bottom line, inside that Nikkei, that also blew out the February 9th levels in spades to monster volume, all of the above. This baby, we pull this back, and let's see, the lower range starts. Yeah, this is in the lower range too. The bottom line, this had broken out in October. Just broke back inside, and it broke back inside the range with volume. Now, check this out. You broke back inside the range with volume. When you break back inside a range with volume, what that does, it does two different things. Number one, you have a failure in price and volume. As you went topside, it was lighter volume. You come back in with volume. That is saying that it's going to barrel down the other end of that number. King dollar, bottom line, King dollar wants lower price, down another 418 ticks out here today, 89.055. NVDA, let's go take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one of the first ones that kept the market up for a long period of time. Now what you have here is that this has been topping out since the January 31st. Bottom line, guess what? You know, you're down $7 today, 15 million shares, got an expansion of volume. You're far away from the lows that are out here on February 6th. That's 204, and I do expect those babies are going to get hit. What we're doing out here today is that you're coming into the March 2nd highs of the low, and that's another high volume day. We are breaking the 19th, and that's going to be close call whether we get volume there, because we're 15.6 million, would need over 19 million in order to continue to lower price. Let's go take a look at the king dog out here, Amazon. Amazon's also coming off the highs with volume. Amazon right now is trading at a price point of 1507.45. You get an expansion of volume. We have 6 million shares trading, and let's see. Okay, so she just dipped inside, not necessarily the lower range. 1498 would be the lower range, and we've got to 1500. So that's going to that just hasn't done it yet. Now, what I do expect you're going to see, you're going to get selling pressure on Amazon too, because the bottom line, folks, is that when you get down markets like this, you know, people, funds, all of the above. Well, guess what? They're going to start selling some winners out here, you know, because the bottom line is that, you know, you get losers in there, large portfolios. What ends up happening is that they take a look at the large portfolio, they figure out, okay, where can we go to get money right now? What can we put in? And we can cross our fingers and hope there's going to be a bounce somewhere. The GDX, XAU, the HUI inside the gold market got action big time out here. XAU up $2.52, trading at a price point of 81.91. This launched the swing point, which is pretty cool. Swing we're talking about there is 81.60, and what you can expect is that we're going to make our way up to this 86.01. Gold Bugs Index, this is the biggest move. And the Gold Bugs Index bottom line is that we needed this inside the gold market, and what it was is that the Gold Bugs Index has been trading below it's been trading in a lower range for quite some time, meaning about 2.5 weeks. We're at 177.54. That's a big number, and what that number is, bottom line, it's inside the range from the December 7th. That puts the HUI on game that it can get up to the 190.95 number. And bottom line is that you do have that strength right across the whole gold and equity market. The equities themselves are picking it up also. If we look at Anico Eagle, AEM, you'll see you come off that bottom there of 37. Right now you're at 41.98. That is starting to make its way, inside 40 to 70. That also is inside the higher range. So Gold Corp, we go take a look at Gold Corp. Gold Corp, this is a nice move, up 67 cents. Now, this is cool, okay? So February 15th, Gold Corp is at that level now. This is a big heads up, man. There's always some stocks that are stronger than others in sectors. This is a beauty, and this is why. You're going into that level. It looks like you're going to close above that level. I'd like to see some more volume, but the bottom line is that if you get above that level and we close above that level, what Gold Corp does have is that high volume high at $15.55, January 16th, and that's where that baby is saying it's going. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 277. NASDAQ off 116. S&Ps are down 38. Going to be back with our man, Mr. Dave White. We're going to be talking technology. Coming right back, folks.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Would you like exposure to the foreign currency markets without any downside risk to your principal? Then consider the Petro Currencies Market Safe CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD leverages the performance of 4 equally weighted currencies from these top oil-producing countries: Brazil, Canada, Mexico, and Russia. This CD features a 200% leverage factor, which means that your potential upside payment will be double the currency's average performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And if the returns are negative, your principal's 100% protected. Returns are based on CD performance with no correlation to the price of oil, and there is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. The April 19th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA FSB, member FDIC.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18th, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earn me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 281. NASDAQ is down 122. S&Ps are off $40. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 30 past the first hour. Don't forget, folks, Dave's got a great show here every trading day, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has 2 great newsletters. He has the Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider. You can get both of those by coming over to our website at TFNN. Just go to newsletters. Check out both of them. Check out one of them. 30-day money-back guarantee. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, a lot of stuff going on in technology this week. Of course, a lot of the headlines or not so much about technology, but the use of it. But I really kind of was interested in IBM. They've got a new computer out, and like sea salt that you get at the restaurant that's kind of a little bit bigger and coarser than the rest.
Yes.
Well, IBM has an entire computer that is about the size of one of those grains of big salt.
Really?
Yep. They're building them, and on a wafer a little smaller than the size of a dime, they can get 64 full computers that are basically have the power of about a 1991 PC.
Wow.
Now, they talk to these things through light, so that you don't have to contact them, because probably getting any kind of wires to them is tough.
Okay.
But these things, they think that they can make in volume at about 10 cents.
That's amazing, man.
It is. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the actual target market for this is, but I assume if they built it, they had some kind of idea. They're basically just showing it as a proof of concept at the moment. But, figuring that they sell these things for a couple of bucks, maybe they can put them in a lot of different products. I'm not exactly sure what battery life is on these.
So what happens? You take this little thing and they program it first. Like if you have a product that you're making, you say, I want this little computer. So they'll make a little computer for you, put it in there, and they'll do a certain deal that they tell them to do, right? Is that how that works?
Well, they probably would, or you could do it yourself.
Okay.
With a photo detector, you're basically talking to it not through a cable, but through light.
Okay.
So like an infrared remote from a TV, something like that.
I see.
You talk back and forth to it, so you'd probably program it in-house, I would imagine. At 10 cents, you probably would double or triple the price if IBM had to lift a finger, right? So you're probably going to do that yourself. But the idea is that you can now have these things. The battery life's going to be huge on something like this. I don't know what it's going to be, but if you had like a AA cell for these things, you probably could run them for 30 days. So the question is going to be what they do with these things. But for the size, there have been other small computers like this, but nothing with the power of, let's say, like a 386 in 1990.
Okay.
Which was, it seems archaic by today's standard, but when you think of all the things you could have done with it back then, and for 10 cents, just everywhere you could think that you may want to monitor something, they literally can have the power of a 386 anywhere, and probably, I don't know what they're going to sell these things for, but anywhere between $2 and $5 is probably going to be a deal.
Pretty wild, man.
It is. South Korea is going to 10 gigabit internet throughout the entire country by 2022. We're trying to get everybody up to 1 gigabit and are way underneath that nationwide, and even in a lot of big cities. They're 10 gigabit transfer speeds, which are, of course, 10 times faster than our single 1 gigabit internet, is the fastest broadband service in the world. And they continue to be, I guess maybe it's a smaller country. It's kind of easier to do. It's not like they have a lot of states all fighting and vying for power out there. But they are probably going to be the most technically advanced for the internet.
Well, it makes sense because Samsung owns everything anyway, right?
Yeah. So they do have kind of a benefit there where there's not a lot of resistance to what they want to do, but everybody gets it. And the price is fairly inexpensive. It'll be their 10 gigabit service. It'll be about $45 a month.
Wow. So is the resistance here? Does it have to do with cable companies and internet companies? Period. That they got to lay more cable, or what is the resistance here?
That's pretty much it. My boss we used to sell to all the cable companies.
Yeah.
And my boss used to call them ditch diggers.
Okay.
Because all they did was dig a ditch, throw a cable in the ditch, and said that was fine. They weren't very interested in really servicing their customer. They basically got a monopoly in the local area, and that's all there was to it, right?
Yeah.
So that is something that they don't have to really put up with. They just say what's going to happen, and it happens. I guess they used to call Japan Japanese Inc. because it was kind of the same way in the late 80s and 90s.
Right.
There wasn't anybody standing in the way of anything.
Conglomerates, right.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing, but it is kind of interesting to see what you can do and what they can do at scale. Everybody's kind of looking at 5G here in this country next year, because a lot of people that were thinking of doing some kind of internet service like Google have pretty much bypassed the Google internet services. They're leaving the ones that they have in place, but they haven't done anything in a year, and they're basically shutting down all the offices. The next thing that Google and the rest of the folks are trying to do is this wireless internet that would service, one tower would service about 20 miles around it.
Okay.
And to them, that's a lot easier. You may have to put something up on the side of your house, like a small antenna, but to them, that's a lot easier than having to buy off all the local towns folk in the town council, right? Once you bypass all those people that can get you and keep you off their poles, you get to go right by them, which was kind of a problem with Google's internet service to begin with. They got through in a lot of early ones and then got a lot of resistance as other big companies kind of threw a lot of money
at the politicians so they wouldn't commit. Yeah. It's intense, man. Right.
So it is kind of interesting, but North Korea in the internet. Xilinx, the last real single company in their field, because Altera, which is what I always worked with in my days of development, is basically what is known as a new platform that they're talking about, which is almost a fully configurable PC. Just like if you wanted to go in and get one built that you wanted something to do specifically, their Xilinx part can be basically set up to do a multitude of different operations. They've spent $1 billion on this new chip, and it gives you extremely flexible hardware at a lower level. And this may take over to what Altera and Xilinx did before. I know we're going to break. We'll talk a little more about this when we come back.
Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 327. NASDAQ is down 135. S&Ps are down 44. And if we do go over and take a look at that composite, folks, composite is bottom line down $1.35. You've broken that March 2nd swing low. February is wide open, folks. Stay right there. Dave and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 313. Nasdaq's off 133. S&P's off 43. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We are talking technology.
So anyway, Xilinx, they spent about $1 billion to develop this new chip, which seems expensive or cheap now anymore, just saying $1 billion. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it seems, depending on what you're talking about, $1 billion is nothing or it's a whole lot. But in this case, probably a pretty sizable investment in Xilinx. I always used Altera parts. Now they're part of Intel. But the idea was that you could build these chips that if you wanted to develop something in a hurry and not make a specialized chip just for that purpose.
Okay.
Or even if you did want to make a specialized chip, you'd figure everything out by using Xilinx and Altera parts. But you would still need the rest of the stuff that went with it, memory and maybe some kind of processor. So basically Xilinx is doing and building a kind of entire computer that is configurable and reconfigurable, so that if anything happens in the near future, you can always just reprogram the thing. Maybe it takes a few minutes and the product's working again, especially if you're working in things that may change. Like maybe there's some kind of standard like 5G, and everybody thinks the standard's set, and then they just change the standard a little bit at the end of the day. A lot of times when new things that aren't set in stone yet, they'll use these. Xilinx's big deal here is that they can basically reconfigure everything, and you wouldn't need to, for the most part, buy all these other products. It'll be all in one chip, and they'll put together the software that allows you to program the whole thing.
So when's Intel going to buy Xilinx?
I don't think they are. Intel has some fairly decent goals in the near future, and their idea is that they've put their Altera part in the Xenon processors for servers, so that if you need to reconfigure anything, let's say that you do a lot of
they can buy them pretty quick, though. Xilinx is only 18 billion market cap, and Intel's 232 billion.
I would think that someone else would more likely buy Xilinx, but I can't think of who that would be right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But you know, the ability to pull that kind of technology into servers is just getting scratched now, but mostly it's for things like compressing video. If the standard for video compression changed, well, you could just change it in this chip by reprogramming it in the field, opposed to doing it somewhere else. Now, Altera's and Intel's approach is you're going to buy and build this big server to do it. Xilinx looks like it's wanting to do this maybe outside servers and maybe at more locations, like things that run stoplights or control, control the charging of electric vehicles, batteries, or
you can really see how computers are. 20 years ago, we always read that computers were going to be everywhere, but now they are, and now you can see that, right?
They are, but I think this opens up a fairly decent market for Xilinx too, in this area of programmable chips. That basically they're taking it to a new level where they're not just having this programmable chip. They actually have an entire programmable system on a chip that includes the memory, the processor, and everything else people need. And each one of those things is configurable through software. So if you want to build something real quick, you just buy one of these chips and their programmers, get their software, figure out what you need to do in the logic. It will burn the chip for you, and you plug it in. And, these chips are going to be expensive.
Okay.
So 25 or 50 bucks or something, right? And it probably costs them $10 to make the chip, or $5. But a lot of times they'll have 200 or 300 or 400% margins in these chips, which is, as an investor, what you're interested in.
Right.
If you're trying to get a product to market and price isn't a big issue, then you pick up an Altera chip or a Xilinx. But if you are thinking, hey, I'm going to build a lot of things like iPhones, you can't afford that. So you'll just do the prototyping with these things.
Okay.
And then you go, okay, I know everything and the way everything's supposed to work, and now I'm going to make my own specific chip that only cost me $1.50 to make, and I'm going to put it in my iPhone, and that'll just be part of the bill of materials.
Yeah.
So there's these whole Altera, now part of Intel, and Xilinx are how fast can you get to market, or I've got a very small run of something I've got to do.
Yeah, it's intriguing, man. I mean, it's intriguing that, like when you say that things are inexpensive, we always, well, I think retail, just in general, we're not in the computer business. You look at a computer as like a computer versus, I understand what you're saying, though, that you're the programmer, you're always looking for, how can we do this? How can you build the program, right? That's the bottom line.
How fast can you do it? How cheap can you do it?
Right.
And what's your market? Is it mass market? Or is it just a handful of units? And what people really love with this stuff is that you can tackle a problem that maybe you're only going to build 100 or 200 of.
Okay. Yeah.
And, we use these. We built, I don't know, 500-600 a month of the product that we use the Altera chips in. We used 3 Altera chips, but it was never in the 90s. It was never going to be cheaper for us to build our own chip than to use an Altera chip. Now, those numbers have come way down. So a lot of people are building custom chips for what they want to do.
Pretty wild, man.
It is.
Brave new world.
It is. We had the first death in an autonomous car, or not in one, outside one this week.
Right.
Toyota, a handful of other companies have already started canceling their self-driving car programs, at least for a little bit. I've watched the video and the replays and watched a couple and talked to a couple of engineers, and we've kind of talked about it before. I don't think this guy was going to get run over no matter what. He walked out in the middle of a street in a dark night.
Yep.
And had all black clothes on. But one of the things I thought was interesting is that this is a laser-equipped machine. Should have easily been able to pick this guy up in one lane over.
Okay.
And it did not.
Yeah.
We talked about black being a very bad color for these things.
Right.
He was, of course, dressed in all black. He was on a bicycle, just literally going straight across the road. But the lasers probably should have reflected off a reflector or something else, and that is all these edge cases these guys haven't gotten to. I mean, we still, on a monthly basis, hear of some kind of air crash where we learn maybe, we need to do this thing a little bit better. I think we're just getting to the point now where we're going to find out that it's going to take a few, in the airline community, they call it tombstoning, which you get a few tombstones out there and you actually figure out what the problem is and fix it. I think we're kind of at the beginning of that, but anybody that thought this was going to be available in 2019, who I've heard from a great deal of people, I think are vastly oversimplifying the problems that they're going to see in these cars.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials down 367. Nasdaq's off $1.58. S&Ps are down 51. We're coming right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Basil Chapman has just announced that on Tuesday, April 3rd at 6 p.m., he'll be hosting a special 90-minute webinar for all of his subscribers titled The Power of the Fourth Highest Peak, the Peak D in the Chapman Wave. During this 90-minute live webinar, Basil will be discussing how to use the fourth highest peak, the Peak D, as a heads-up for either a directional reversal of consequence or a momentary pit stop for further gains in the Chapman Wave. He'll also be going over what the weekly and monthly implications are for the key indices with their peak Ds and even peak Es, together with the H pattern in the Chapman Wave that he's been following for weeks with his subscribers. Now is a perfect time to sign up for Basil's daily trading service, The Opening Call, while gaining access to the April 3rd live online webinar. Remember, all new subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. For all the details and to sign up today for Basil's Opening Call, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 444. Nasdaq's off 172. S&Ps are off 57. Percentage-wise out here, you get the Dow down 1.8. Nasdaq's down 2.3. S&Ps are down 1.7. And guess what, folks? There's no fear. The trend is at 1.13. And let me tell you something. That is a big, well, it's not a big number, and that's the problem for the marketplace, man, because the bottom line is that you're into the swing lows here. There's no fear. And guess what? Hold on for next week. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We've been talking technologies, and don't forget, every trading day right here, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Dave's got a great show, and we're going to wrap it up. What are we wrapping it up with, Dave?
Well, Spotify looks like it's going to come out on April 3rd for its IPO. And I was looking through some of the data that people were picking apart, and I figured out if you use the metrics for Pandora that Spotify is using for its value in its IPO, then Pandora is selling for 1/4 of its value.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow. That's
So you gotta have to kind of
and
look.
just to bring you, Pandora folks has had a hard time, bottom line, holding price whatsoever. You know, its stock went from $40 down to $5. So
This is I keep on looking at this as the airline businesses in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and all the way even through the last, instead of the last 5 years, till the airline businesses finally got it together, started actually making some money. That took, what, 40 years for that to figure out?
yeah, they figured out they could charge you for straws and utensils and anything and everything. Right, right.
Well, I think they're going to have to do the same thing in streaming audio. None of one of these companies is making any money. Even Apple is talking about.
Listen, I agree.
Right?
I listen to Pandora all the time. I don't pay anything. I love it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, walk in the house, hit my phone, bang, everything's on. I'm grooving. Good move. Unreal.
Anyway.
Okay, man, thank you so much, Dave. Really appreciate it. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Go get them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.